We always offer a little prayer to invoke the auspiciousness. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chaksharaamritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishnu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Savadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapadakammalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sucha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prashavasute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpatarvesha Kripasantabhivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vishnuvibhyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaurabhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Pangam Langai Tigri Kripatam Deshigarodataram Paramatman Sachitanishwar. So very honored and grateful to be with you today. And despite having busy schedules, you have chosen to come here. For that also I'm grateful to you. The name of the session is Failures are the Stepping Stones of Success. A subtle and spiritual perspective. We all look for success in our lives. So I take this opportunity based on scriptures. What are the factors that will really contribute to success? And how we can treat a failure, which is actually a stumbling block, as a stepping stone to success. What should be our behavior when we face a failure and the conclusion? So I'm very grateful to the authorities for having given me this opportunity to be with you today. Thank you. I have some quotations here. Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. We really never fail until we give up trying with determination. On a positive perspective, failure builds character and qualities. We cannot be successful unless we have courage to fail. And failure is a minor stumbling block on the road to success. So, those are the limitations. And actually, a real failure is actually a killer of success. Many of us, definitely we do not know what our parents knew. We struggled to say, Mommy. We struggled to say, Daddy. But much before that, when we try to walk, we do not know, but our parents encouraged us. Come, come, come. We struggled to stand. And we tried to walk. Many days we fell down. But did we give it up? We never gave it up. Do we really know how many times we fell down before we really started walking? not less than probably 500 times. Again and again we fell down. Again and again we fell down to our dismay. But again and again we tried and we started walking. That is our first year story of our human life. Then a year later, 2 years, our parents were waiting and we struggled even to say the first words. So the broken words, again and again we tried. We took probably 3 to 6 months and probably 2 years to speak. Probably 5 years to have a grip over our tongue. Did we give it up? Definitely not. Then why should we give it up today? So, why should we be depressed for our failures? Why should we be frustrated for our defeats? Definitely not. So in a secular society today, I have many examples to encourage you. Here is a man, he failed 1320 times before he got success in the bulb. And before that, he failed 8,000 times to invent a battery. Today, he has 1,093 patents. In America, the celebrity inventor of America, Thomas Edison, we are in Ohio. Edison is from Ohio. So, how many times he failed? Especially for battery, they say 8,000 times. Actually, I went to internet and searched. Somewhere it is written 1,000. When we fail 2 times, we become miserable today. When we fail 3 times, we become miserable. Let us say it is not 8,000, but as was said in internet 1,000 times. How many of us have patience to fail 1,000 times? Before he went for the bulb, he tried to invent a battery. He failed a few thousand times. There's a famous quotation. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. What won't work, I learned. Mistake is a mistake when you repeat second time. First time, error. Leaders commit mistakes. Leaders they commit errors. But they learn from errors and go forward. So, today, he has 1,093 patents in America. He was not born wise. To achieve it, he was also born once. So, enthusiasm, pass it on. Actually, when he was trying to especially invent bulb, his friends discouraged him. Don't do this, you cannot make it. As he was failing again and again and again. So finally he stopped telling his friends that he continued his research. Because they were actually discouraging him, you can't do it. Recently in TEDx, one speaker said, there are enough people around you to discourage you. Don't add one more to it, you yourself. Most of the time we discourage ourselves, we have this negativity, So there are enough people around you to discourage you. Don't add yourself one, don't add one more, that's you yourself. So, early 19th century, he installed the first electric substation and he lit up the New York City. Everybody was stunned. Failure is a pillar of success. He says, success means going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Then, this man born in a Chinese family, worked as a tour guide, very poor Chinese family, failed in his university entrance exam twice. He was rejected by Harvard 10 times. He was when he went for a job, he was rejected by dozens of companies. One day he applied a job in KFC, which made entrance to China. 24 people went to the interview, 23 people were selected, and he was the only one rejection. He was so depressed. Came to America, he saw this internet, and when he searched, there was not even one hit came on China. So he got a queue, and he started an internet company in China, failed twice. Today, he is the richest man in China, CEO Alibaba. So, failure, that's what he said. But I never gave it up. He's actually a simple English teacher. Today, but last year he met with our president. They spoke each other. So the point is, he says, failure. If we have positive attitude, and if only we learn from our failures, we go far. Should we continue? Learned calligraphy. Got into engineering but didn't like it. Indians means they know only two courses. Engineering and medicine. So what he did? He got into college somehow. He liked calligraphy. Then he dropped out of college. Started a computer company from his garage. And when he presented his first model, Atari and HP rejected his computer model. Finally, he started a company from his garage. He started promoting himself. And he made a 400 company for an employee company, Apple. But then what happened? You all know him very well. So what happened? First year was only 700,000. Second year started growing. Then he wanted to make it big and bigger. And he brought the Coca-Cola CEO as Apple CEO. And he thought it would grow. You can't believe the founder CEO of this company was so much marginalized. He was kicked out of Apple. Steve Jobs says, for 1 year, I was depressed. Walking on the roads. I even contemplated suicide, but I did not. Then he opened another company. Though he was a little bit frustrated, he was down. Like a tiger, what he does, a lion, they take him back before they leap forward. So, he opened a company called Pixar Animation. And 10 years later, again he was called back into the Apple. And you know what has happened? All these iPods and iPads, and he contributed to the technological revolution. So my point to you, he would do some seminars in the universities. He would say, what would really contribute is purity. I'm surprised actually when I would hear his lectures. He would ask Americans, are you pure? I'm surprised. So, he showed a lot of interest in spirituality. What really kept him go forward was the inner strength. So, especially at the time of adversity, we need to have inner strength. He drew that from his spiritual strength. Today, how many of us don't have cell phones? Raise your hands. One day, a child of 4 raised. I don't have phone. So we all have phone, So he literally revolutionized this technology, this cell phone technology. Though he was the last entrant into this business of cell phones. He was the last one actually. But he was so much courageous. He totally revolutionized it. So the next example is this man got a C grade for the paper he submitted in his college. He wrote a paper, trend friends in business. So when he surveyed, his professor said, this paper looks good, but it has to be economically viable, it should be feasible. It has no value. But he has so much faith in his paper. The business idea he presented in the college, in the university, same thing he tried in the material world. He started a company. After some time, no money to pay the bills. No money to pay the bills. No money to pay gas for the aeroplanes. No money to pay salaries. The pilots of his company, they would take their credit cards and they started paying bills for the gas. Finally, the company was left with only $5,000. Still, he was not impressed. I won't tell you what he did to multiply the 5,000, but he got $27,000. And so I am telling courage. It's very difficult to laugh when the troubles are on your face. How many of you agree? Very difficult to laugh. So it's collapsing. Let it collapse. This courage. So when his employees came to know, really, there was a time our company has only $5,000 and $5,000 was nothing. You cannot pay even one person's salary. Even you multiply that to $27,000, that is also nothing. Then how you continued? Courage. It's a failure, total failure. But today, this is a gentleman, Fred Smith, FedEx. So he continued. Problem, the way snow is common in Michigan, the way snow is common in Ohio, problems are common. We all think only I have problems in this world. Let us see, how many of us don't have problems in our lives? How many of us have problems? Everybody is raising. Interesting. So my point, how does we get to success? Failure to failure, go forward. Courage, never give it up. His father said he is dull, he cannot make a living. He failed in the university entrance twice. Lisp, he has a speech problem, speaking problem. And the father said he cannot, he is good for nothing. This guy was Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of England, when England was winning the World War. And Winston Churchill has a wonderful quotation. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is a courage to continue that counts. Never give it up. That is Winston Churchill's quotation. So, started a company, 3 times bankrupt, and again and again, 2 more times he failed, but he continued, he persisted, and Detroit is there because of him, Henry Ford Motors, I'm from Detroit actually. So, Ford Motor Company. A man, he wanted admission into the acting school, film school of UCLA. Failed in the entrance. He couldn't get into it. Today is a famous producer, Steven Spielberg. So my point to you, I have a number of examples where people failed, but they have the courage, they have the perseverance, they have the patience to go forward. Today, unfortunately, students are not taught patience. Students are not taught tolerance. Students are not taught perseverance. So, today, we cannot imagine Detroit without Henry Ford, without Ford Motor Company. And this, as a school boy, he tried to get into the basketball team, and they they rejected him again and again. And he himself says, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over again in my life. That's why I succeed. Michael Jordan. ESPN named him as the athlete of the century, and he was given so many medals. There is nobody in America who doesn't know him. But how many times he failed? 9,000 shots. How many games he has lost? 300 games. The crucial match, how many times he failed? Game-winning shots? 26 times. Did he lose hope? Did he give it up? Why should we give up? How many of us want to give up? It is very easy to give up. It is very easy to let this microphone, slip from my hand. Very difficult to climb the mountain, but very easy to throw from the mountain. So what is that? Try and try without giving up the enthusiasm. Then definitely will be the honor of success. Before I tell this, actually I have so many examples. I thought whether I have enough time or not. This young boy got into the college. He applied, tried to get the students' council. Failed. The next year, the students felt he did not have the capability, he did not have the administrative capacity to get to this, administrative council. Next year, they did not even allow him. Failure. That is the President John F. Kennedy. With Lincoln, there are many more failures. All the presidents, top famous presidents in America, they had this failure of failure. As a farmer failed, as a storage clerk failed, as a career agent failed. Then that person became a general of America, later became the president of America, S. Grant. And what is that? A journalist. He got his first job as a journalist. A year later, he was laid off. The boss said, "Hey, you don't have any creativity. Sorry." So then he started drawing cartoons. Then he presented the cartoons to started presenting the cartoons to the companies. They said they are good for nothing. Then he opened his own company with courage. First year he declared bankruptcy. Second year he declared bankruptcy. But he continued. Who is that? Walt Disney, multi-billion-dollar company. People from all over the world come to America only to go to Disneyland. Right? So, what is that? This famous band now, but one time these boys, they presented their song to Apple Records, rejected. His master's voice, rejected. Philips company, rejected. So they were so frustrated what to do. That is the famous band Beatles. So my point to you, in the darkest hour, stars shine brightest. Right? So my request to all of you, patience and tolerance. Courage. Accept the failure and learn from it and go forward. Believe me, you'll be the honor of success. So I have another, a spiritual example. This gentleman, he understood goal of life is you are not the body but a spirit soul. Goal of life is to cleanse the heart, the impurities. Greed is there, envy is there, pride is there, anger is there, lust is there. So rather than identifying with the material successes, let me cleanse my heart, the impurities. He was a king. But when he understood the goal of life is to cleanse the impurities of our heart, the greed and lust and anger and envy. So what he did, he resigned as a king and he went into seclusion. He started doing a serious austerity, tapasya. After a few years of austerity, a lady came and enticed him. So he gave up his austerity. He became a victim of lust. He went with her, gave birth to a daughter. Then when he realized he became a victim of lust, again he continued his austerity for another number of years. And again, second time, another lady came to tempt him. This time he learned a lesson. So he said, you came to tempt me, I learned my lesson. I curse you. I curse you to become a stone. Then he realized, first time he gave it to lust, he lost his powers. Second time he became the victim of anger, he lost his powers. Then he pursued his he pursued his austerity, and later he conquered the lust and anger. That, those of you know, Lord Ram became his disciple. His name is the famous sage Vishwamitra. So the point is, once we learn from our failures, once we learn the wrong things that we do and we don't repeat again, that is sage Vishwamitra. So what I want to tell you today is, this is very important. Bhagavad Gita. There are three types of workers. Bhagavad Gita is a book that was admired by Ralph Waldo Emerson, Einstein, and Newton. So Bhagavad Gita explains there are three types of workers. What should be our mindset? Proper mindset when we work, when we undertake any work, so that we will be able to go forward in our pursuits. So 18th chapter again explains, work in the mode of ignorance. So the work in the mode of ignorance, the person, he disregards spiritual intentions, causes pain and violence to others. So that type of worker is called, I don't know how many of you know this word. These are really technical, mode of ignorance. The whole world runs on three modes. 14th chapter Gita, if you know. So there are so many people sitting in front of me. One person is very active. Somebody is very helpless. Somebody is very active. Somebody is calm. This is how Gita identifies the whole world with. I am repeating again. This world is classified by three modes. What are three modes? Somebody is very composed, calm. Second, somebody is very active, passionate. Somebody is helpless. So, a worker in the mode of ignorance, they don't know what is right, what is wrong. Whatever the work they undertake, it's a pain to them and others. So that type of work is called work in the mode of ignorance. Then, work in the mode of passion. They work very hard with selfish reason that I am the enjoyer. I should get the fruits. In fact, what are the examples I have spoken so far? They all get into this category. But the point I want to make is, though they fell on their face, though they had problems, they became very successful. My point is, even if that's what we think today, we work very hard and we want to enjoy our fruits. What is the response? Problems will come. Defeat will come. Failures will come. But when you fall on your face, never give up. All the people I said, most of them they belong to this category. They work in passion because we all work. We want to get the fruits of our work. It means problem will come. But even then, if we do not give it up and continue, definitely we will be successful. And the third one is there, mode of goodness. Work without false ego, free from duality, without being over-related by success or failure. These people are called workers in the mode of goodness. Means they have a goal. They are not so much affected by the duality of this world. Today success, tomorrow failure. What is that? Today success, tomorrow failure, both are temporary. In fact, all the pictures I have showed, most of the people are not there in this world. They have progressed to the next level. So, when we understand this, you work with that mood. I am working, you work as a duty, like a mother. How does a mother work? How does a father work to take care of the children? Sometimes a child kicks on the chest. Father will become angry. How many people? One day the child will kiss. Sometimes the child may kick on the chest. But father takes it as a responsibility. So likewise, that's a good example actually. So likewise, you have taken birth into this world. Our presence in this world is only for 7 or 8 decades, 70, 80 years, not more than that. So, if you understand, our presence in this world is temporary and we want to contribute to this world. Today, if you honestly speak, if you ask me to speak, many people contaminate this world by the thoughts, by the activities. What are the activities we do today? Actually, planet Earth is suffering like anything. Nature is suffering because I don't care what others behave or believe. Let me enjoy. I really don't care. Everybody is actually putting so much burden on Mother Earth, so much burden on the nature. Today the earth is suffering like anything. Why? Nobody takes responsibility of our actions. Means very little mode of goodness. That is the reason most of us encounter problems. But if you understand, I am actually a tiny spirit soul in this gigantic universe, and I have a reason for my birth. I have a reason for my activities. So rather than contaminating, I should contribute. And if you work this way, that's why I give the example of mother. How does the mother work? Responsibility. Then what happens? You are not so much affected by success or failure. Why? You are on a mission. You go forward. One day, Monday, another day it is Friday. Monday is the toughest day for us, right? Friday is the happiest day, but for sure Monday is going to come. For sure Friday is also going to come. So if you understand life like that, one day happiness will come. Today 70 degrees, good. But a week ago, I just came from New York City today. I stayed in New York City 39. Then I came here 73. So don't be so much affected by duality. Happiness comes, thank you very much. Distress comes, thank you very much. What is that I can learn from my distress? What is that I can learn in happiness? So if we have this type of mentality, if we develop, trust me, you will be we face failure. I have a few points which I am going to emphasize today. Nothing is the end of the world. It is a temporary phase. Third one, and the spirit soul as powerful as sun. Fourth one, analyze the failure and never repeat it. Fifth one, we came to this world empty handed. So, with your permission, I'll try to explain. My request to you, please just focus on this one slide. The first lesson of Gita is we are not this body that we see in the face, but we are a spirit soul within. What is that? We are not the body, but a spirit soul within. A lively body means soul present within the body. A dead body means a body, soul separated. So, like the driver to the car, we are present in the body and we are driving this body, the car. If you understand this one point, I want to add here. Trust me. Today is 73 degrees. Sun is out, I think. At least I saw in the morning. When sun comes, he illuminates the entire universe. Serves and maps. We are as powerful as sun. Believe me. We are all as powerful as sun. We have the power to illuminate ourselves and illuminate the whole world. We have the power to give the love. Love has a different meaning today. We have the power to love and be loved. When sun comes, at least Americans are happy. In northeast area, we have the same power. But when a problem comes, how do you address? You address with the premise, I am this body. I am a student of this University of Cincinnati. I. Whatever you think, whatever you address the problem with, actually it is wrong. Because you are a student, 5 years ago you are not. You are a professor, 20 years ago you are not, 50 years later you will be a professor. It is a designation. But the real point, you are a spirit soul. What is the characteristic of a spirit soul? Powerful. We are eternal, fully knowledgeable, and we are blissful. What is the nature of the soul? To be happy. That's why we want to be happy. So when the problem comes, fill your lungs with air and say, I am powerful. Actually, I want to say this. At the age of 67, Thomas Edison's laboratory in New Jersey was on fire. Fire department came. By the time they came late, this building was on flames. They tried their best to save. The entire building was being burnt to ashes. Edison was looking in his voice. Son said, Dad, whatever is your hard labor is being burnt. Dad, everything, your hard work of years and decades is being burnt in front of your eyes. Edison said, yes, my son, so that you can start everything afresh. All the mistakes are burnt. His son said, Dad, I can't believe this. Edison said, what can we do? If we cry, will the fire stop? If crying solves the problem, the whole world would have, would have made rivers out of tears. So let us start everything afresh. So my point to you, believe me, you have this power, power of the sun. If only you understand this, we go forward. But the problem is, today we all think, we have this body. As the body is trapped in the cage, the soul is trapped in the body made up of 5 elements. Not knowing their identity as the soul, the people spend all their life in polishing the cage, pampering the body, without feeding the soul. Like a lady purchased parrot. I told this same story 2-3 years ago here, but I am repeating it today. This lady went and purchased a parrot. This parrot can sing, speak and dance. The neighbors were coming to see the parrot. But she thought everybody is coming to see the cage. And everybody, she was painting the cage, decorating the cage, polishing the cage. But she was not feeding the parrot at all. The parrot was telling, "Ma'am, give me some food. Ma'am, give me a little water." One day, parrot died. People stopped coming. She went and said, "Why you are not coming? I have given a new paint." The neighbor said, "Look, there's a problem here. We never came to see the cage. We always came to see the parrot. Once parrot died, we have got nothing to do with the cage. Today, we take very good care of cage-like body. Ignore the source. The parrot makes soul." So, scriptures explain, whoever we are, whatever we are, we should know who we are. Yasmin vijñāte sarvametam vijñātam bhavati. So we should know who we are. So when the problem comes, rather than addressing the problem in the premise, I'm this body, I'm an American, I'm here, I'm a woman, I have this problem. Think, I'm a spiritual. 1093 patents, Edison had. He was not born wise. You can also do that. Right? But we have to believe this. I'm spiritual, as powerful as sun, and then only we can do and undo things. Yes, very important. So I'm thinking spiritual, the problem is still there. Failure is haunting. Then what should we do? This is a 1940 song of America. When April showers come in your way, they will bring flowers that will bloom in me. How many of us like rain? How many of us like snow? One or two. Imagine every day it is raining. What do you think? You cannot do parking outside. So it's raining. But what we should do? Things are not going well. We should wait. The rain, and these rainy showers in April will bring nice flowers. So they are preparing you. So tolerate the whole month April, only to see the nice flowers. Actually, my guru, his father is in Chicago. He invested all his money in a venture. And he lost his entire money. And he became bankrupt. He struggled to maintain his family. He struggled to pay mortgage to his home. He struggled to cover the tuition fee to his children. He had to work hours and hours. Suddenly, he became pauper. Every day, he would sing this song in the bathroom. Because the problem did not stay for 1-2 days. It stayed with him for years. So if you have fever for 3 days, you take tablets, you will evaporate. If you have a disease for 8 months, trust me, before the disease, you'll have a problem of depression. So what is the thing we should know? When April showers come in your way, they will bring flowers that will bloom in me. So, if you have this confidence, definitely the showers of April will bring flowers. The problem today in your life, nature is telling you to learn something, and if you learn something from that, it will definitely bring the blooming flowers of your life. Today, later, probably a decade of failure, again he invested in his company, he became a millionaire. There's a different story. Should I continue? Should I continue? Yes. Thank you. So, I want to give an example. I read Analyze. This is a chariot. 1976. A few devotees went to London. They conducted this chariot festival. They wanted to conduct this chariot festival. They spent a lot of money and they spent a lot of money. They called so many people, come for this chariot festival. As the chariot festival was about to start, one of the wheels of the chariot broke. The chariot collapsed. So one devotee, he wrote to his guru, Srila Prabhupada, the founder of our movement. Prabhupada, we wanted, we invited so many people, we spent a lot of money, so many people came, but as the festival was about to start, the chariot wheel broke and we cancelled the festival. Srila Prabhupada wrote back to this devotee in London and said, no, first what he did, he analyzed the problem. What is the problem? Maybe the load of the wheel, is much higher than the wheel could take. That's why the chariot failed, collapsed. So next time that you build it again, make sure that the weight of the chariot is evenly distributed on the wheels. And he analyzed the problem and he said, don't discourage. Maybe Krishna wanted you to do this festival in 2 months where his birthday is coming. So don't lose hope, don't give up. So you make announcement again. Instead of cancelling, you should have postponed the festival. And anyway, no problem. You again announce you will do this festival in 2 months on Krishna's appearance day. So what he did in this letter, he analyzed the problem. Second thing, he encouraged the devotees. Third thing, he said, do it again. Success means going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. You should know, this is 1976, this is 2019. Every year, probably around 700 to 800 temples we have. Chariot festival happens. Not even one time, one chariot collapsed after that. Because the mistake was, devotees learned the mistake. So analyze the problem, analyze the failure, and don't repeat it. That is the lesson I want to explain. Yes. There is nothing possible to him who will try, Alexander the Great. So, what is that? His guru told Alexander, his guru told him, come, the goal of life is to meditate. But Alexander said, no, I will conquer. When Guru asked, what you will do after conquering the whole world? I'll come sit next to you and meditate. And Guru said, why don't you do it now? No, I want to go and conquer. Guru said, you may not come back. That's what happened. So when he came to the bank of Sindh River, he would invade India the next day. But what happened? He was bitten by a mosquito. Mosquito defeated Alexander, and he was bitten by a mosquito and he got malaria. So that time there was no medicine for malaria. His body was seriously deteriorating, and Alexander asked 3 requests from his commander. But he said, my coffin should be carried by my doctors, and make 2 holes to this coffin and put my hands out. And all the gold and silver I planted, just throw it, sprinkle it on the road. The commander said, why are you asking these requests? They are very unique. He said, a day will come, world will believe, doctors will save their lives. Once your time is up, no doctor can save you. And second thing, I have plundered, I have conquered all these places, but I want the whole world to know I am not taking anything from this world. To show that I want you to put my hands out. So when we are facing a problem, we should know this. We came to this world with nothing. We leave this world with nothing. So what is very important is we should invest on something that will come with us, rather than pursuing, rather than getting depressed with those things that are temporary anyway. I want to have a story. Actually, what is the real success? Real success is Neha Vikramanaashasti Pratyavaya Manidyate Svalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahatopayat. How many of us agree? Nothing will come with us. Nobody will come with us. But one thing, whatever is your investment for spiritual life, it will come. Whatever is the spiritual investment will come, the material investment will not come. So the balance is the beauty. So I have a story from Srimad Bhagavatam. This gentleman was a nice devotee. But what happened? He became a victim of bad habits and he started doing wrong things. He became a highway robber and he became a plunderer. But this story goes, the fag end of life, he had 10 children. The 10th child, he named him Narayan. So you should all know, in our heart there is a super soul. Super soul is present. So Krishna, knowing the future of Ajamil, invoked him to name his son Narayan, one of the names of Krishna. So Ajamil was on the deathbed, and suddenly what happened? He saw 4 scary personalities. They were coming, he thought they were coming to harm the child nearby, who is playing nearby. So what he did, he wanted to rescue him, but because his time was up, his entire body was paralyzed, he could not get up. In that helpless state, he called his son's name, which happens to be Narayan. Called Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And he died. So who came? These are all the messengers of death. Because he called the names of God, what happened? Vishnudutas, the messengers of God, came to rescue him. So the point I want to make is, spiritual life. Our investment for spiritual life is what comes with us. And but of course we are living in this world of a mental body. Definitely we need to work for our mental successes, but we should also work for our spiritual success. And I take 2 minutes to explain one example that what convinced me to become a monk. I came to America as a software consultant, and one day I opened a newspaper, year 2000. I used to work with MetLife as a software consultant. Then I read Ronald Reagan, the former president of America, fell in the bathroom and broke his hip, and he was going through excruciating suffering. And I thought, and now sitting in my office, if I go to hospital and tell him, sir, 1930, 40, 50, 60, 4 decades, you are a Hollywood star, means he had so much money, and he had so much fame and name, and he had best sex life with people. This is what everyone wants today, right? And 1960, 2 times California governor, 1980, 84, 2 times American president. If you print his resume, trust me, he cannot generate that type of resume today. You know? But if you see, he was going through the body is a machine. This microphone, it will last for probably 10-20 years. This stand, it will last for another 10 years. This bottle, one day. So likewise, this my jacket, this sweater, probably one more year, this machine, the body, I am living not more than 70, 80 years. Every machine has a life. So, once the life is over, the machine starts breaking out. The computer, 6 years. Likewise, because he was born in 1912, I thought his body started getting trouble in what's the year 2000 actually, this happened. So I thought, one day, same thing will happen to my body. But before that day comes, I should realize I'm not the body but a spirit soul. Of course, I can, I'm working as a software consultant. I should work for my material success. But I should also equally work for my spiritual success. My point to you, that has inspired me so much. I've given up my job and joined full-time as a monk. My point to you is, please, when the failures come, work very hard. But my request to you, focus on spiritual life also. Because every machine has a manufacturing date and end date. Likewise, this body also has a manufacturing date and end date. But spiritual life, any little bit you do, little bit. Even little endeavor. In other words, you came all the way to attend this class. Get little benefit. It will come with you. You all have a bank account. 50 years later, that will be there. But we won't be there. You all have bank accounts. 60 years later, that will be there. We won't be there. But if we invest equally in spiritual life, every day we go to bathroom to clean the body. Why can't we clean the heart? Heart has impurities, greed, envy, anger. So my request to you, if you utilize human life to cleanse of the impurities, greed and anger, it will help you a lot in the mental life also. Every sunrise and every sunset, we are one day closer to the last day of life. If we understand that point, we'll utilize our time, very, very carefully. And I want to add here a very inspirational story before I conclude. How many failures this gentleman has faced. 70-year-old man came to America with less than $10 and he had 2 heart attacks. And he was on a ship and seasickness. He came to America, nobody was there to receive him. But he understood spiritual life is eternal, spiritual traits are eternal, but the material life is temporary. But he came to America with only one goal, to give. And he started living with hippies because he had no money. One day, this hippie, he was on drugs, he tried to kill him. And he ran away with nothing in his hand. We all cannot understand because none of us here is 70-year-old. Because 70-year-old means you need medical help. Your body is very frail and weak. He never gave it up. He never gave up. All his, whatever he brought, they were all stolen. He was on the verge of being killed. It's a failure. But he never gave it up. So, he continued, failure after failure after failure, he continued. In less than 12 years, he established 108 temples. So, people today complain about stress. For a person who can take the stress, stress is an honor. Because he can perform better, under stress. So, what he did, he could manage. His name is there in Guinness Book of Records today for having written more number of books. His name is also there in Guinness Book of Records for having started the career late and attained success. So why he came to America to give? That genuine love he has for everybody. So if we consider failure as a stepping stone, and we learn from our mistakes, and we don't repeat again. And with courage and enthusiasm, we continue. Trust me, you'll see the invisible, you'll feel the tangible, and achieve the possible. That's what I want to speak. If I have spoken anything wrong, please do excuse me as your humble servant. But very grateful for your patient audience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So now we open the floor for any questions. So if anyone in the audience has any question, please write down your question in the paper that will be handed out to you. And raise your hand once you're done. One of our volunteers will come and pick up the paper.
How do you deal with the expectations of death? Honestly speaking, from spiritual, if you study Gita nicely, I told you also in the class, in the today's presentation, we are not the body but the spirit soul. So if I take my jacket, take my sweater out and put it aside and wear another sweater. If I take my sweater out and wear another sweater, do you call it death? There is nothing called death. What death means is we leave, the body is compared to a dress. Vasam sijirna niyata vihaya navani grunati naro parani tatha sarirani vihaya chirnani anyani samyati navani dihi. Bhagavad Gita explains, body is a covering to the soul. Once, it has a lifespan. For example, you wear this sweater jacket for a few days. Once it is soiled, you wear another jacket. Likewise, the body is a dress, outer covering. Once it becomes unfit to live, the soul goes to the different body. So there are 18 verses emphasizing on this point. We are not the body but the spirit soul. Because this is the visible gross body, people call it death. But Gita begins saying you are not the body but the spirit soul. The problem is the person, when he is very absorbed in bodily consciousness, very absorbed with externals. I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a professor in UC, in this University of Cincinnati. I am this, I have children. He is very much absorbed with the dress. Especially somebody who doesn't have spiritual knowledge. For them, death is a very fearing thing. Very scary thing actually. Nobody discusses this. Honestly speaking, I thought twice whether to read this or not. But somebody asked boldly, so I thought of addressing it boldly. People, they don't want to discuss this. They're so scared. But it is an inevitable reality. Why not discuss? Because they are interested in scriptures a lot. Gita begins saying, you are not the car, but you are a driver of the car. You sell your car, Toyota, and you buy BMW. But you are dead. You have bought a different car. That's it. So there is nothing called really death, because we don't die. There is no death in soul. 500 years ago you were there. 1,000 years ago you were there. 15,000 years ago you were there. 2,500 will be there. Now this is 2019, right? 2019 also will be there in a different body. How many of you know number 8? Term it like this: infinity. It has no beginning, no end. But once this is done, we go to a different body. Today's society is very absorbed in, especially technologically developed society, is very absorbed in bodily consciousness. Everyone is scared of it. But if you become spiritual, there is no need. You know? Definitely no need. No need to fear, because you only change. But the problem is, because what we think we are, because we are going to be replaced, we are going to be displaced. That's why spirituality is very important. A training in spirituality under a very knowledgeable, well-trained professor is very important. I hope it answers your question. That's what I Please elaborate on the definition of success, balancing the material and spiritual life. Thank you. The human life is a triangle. Triangle means, I'm holding a microphone like this. 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. So yes, we are living in the material world. You all have families. And we want to become successful. There is nothing wrong in it. And I pray that you all become successful. So today, 8 hours material life, 8 hours social life. But third line is we are a spirit soul, so we 8 hours spiritual life. That's how 8 days can be born. Today, technologically developed world, people work very hard for 10 hours, 12 hours also. We also socialize with others. The only problem is, very few people knew the importance of spirituality, spiritual science, and they invest in spirituality. But I want to tell you this. Bhagavad Gita will not pay mortgage to your home. Bhagavad Gita will not cover your tuition fee. So you have to work 8 hours. So obviously you need success there. So my point to you, work very hard 8 hours. Definitely work hard. Definitely become successful. If you are very successful materially but you don't have any friends and colleagues, you are miserable. So develop some social skills to have good friends, to have good colleagues, at least be good with family members. Today people are very impersonal at home. Because today's United Nations calls this generation, 20 years ago, me generation, I, me, mine. People become just like that angry. And people just like that give up the relationships. This culture is use and throw. Mortal, throw. Chocolate, open the wrapper, eat and throw the wrapper. Use and throw, use and throw, use and throw. When we are so much into use and throw, what happens? Use the relationship and throw also. So sad. Relationship is not for throwing. Actually, in a very civilized world, we should love people and use things. Today, we love things and use people. That's cruelty. I'm repeating again. In a civilized world, we should love people and use things. Today, we use people and we love things. We love our iPod, we love our iPad, we love our iPhones. We use people. That's not good. So, have a good, successful material life and a social life. But essentially, as I said, they are temporary. The third line is a spiritual life. We are a spirit soul. We should utilize our human life to get rid of the impurities of the heart, greed, envy, anger. That's what the human life is meant for. When we are in an animal body, we don't know that. So, my point is, out of 168 hours, 24 into 7 is 168. 2 hours. Come like this and discuss. Not as a sentiment, not religion, but a spiritual, a knowledge. Question, meditate, ponder, discuss. the mind? Because mind we cannot control. Uncontrolled mind doesn't want our welfare. Real spirituality is all about controlling mind. All about training the mind. That's why I said mantra. Mantra means man means mind. Tra means liberates. Manastrayata iti mantra. Mantra controls the mind. Do you know? Every day we do minimum 2 out of 3 hours of mantra meditation to come before you and present like this, to check the senses and their activity. Otherwise, it's not possible. The first lesson of spirituality is control the senses and mind. That is true spirituality. So the real success, I don't know who wrote this. We need to work 8 hours and we should be successful materially. But I want to tell you today, if you have good control on mind and senses, believe me, that will contribute to the material success anyway. Stephen Covey, who wrote this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he mentions in this book, those CEOs who have a strong underlying spiritual life, they are very successful. Why and how? How does spirituality contribute to your mental success? This road is there. In this road, the road is like this. Even if President of America goes on this road, his car has to go like this only. He cannot say, I am President of America, my car should go at 30 degrees acute angle, always claiming only. Like in 1-2 hours, sun will go down. Even if you give $1 billion, sun will not come. In other words, what I want to tell you is everyone has a dark hour and an hour of sunshine. But spirituality teaches patience. When you are hitting a wrong note, spirituality trains you to be patient. Spirituality trains to be tolerant and hopeful. Those CEOs who had bad times, because of their strong spirituality, they waited. They waited for days and days before they became successful again. My request to you, my experience also, a strong spiritual background will contribute to your material success also. So that's how we should practice out of 168 hours. Take 10 minutes every day. Out of 24 hours, 10 minutes. We are going to bathroom to clean the body half an hour. Come out and clean the heart half an hour. And 1 week, have 2 hours, which is less than 2%. But this 2% is the only thing that is going to come with you. So that way balance both. That's what I'm doing. Surrendering to Lord and not giving up. Surrendering to Lord and not giving up. How are the related? I want to tell this. Somebody works selfishly, I mean mine. When somebody is so driven for money, a devotee of God should have more drive. Why? So when somebody is working for his selfishness and greed, how much should he work for God? An emblem of love, emblem of selflessness. So in that way, devotees actually, good people who are actually devotees, in order to uplift, in order to create an area of positivity, they would never give up in the time of adversity. This is what I always say. When somebody is so selfishly driven, how much you should work very hard for Krishna, for God. They are working for themselves and working for Him. You should be more selfless. Mother Teresa, old lady, very old lady, she would come to for humanity. When you turn towards God, the love you show towards God is called love. You turn towards human beings and render service, it is compassion. But it is the same love. So when you show, the affection you show towards God is love, you turn and show the same affection to your fellow being, it is compassion, but it is same. So the more you love God and you see the same person in everyone's heart, and you render service, and you will never give it up. The more you surrender to Him, the more service you do, and you never give it up. I've seen so many people, that's why I gave the example. Mother Teresa, very old lady, she would go door to door, collect the donations just to maintain children. Prabhupada, 70-year-old man, he would have heated, he worked very hard just to cleanse the heart of the people. Yes, the more you surrender to God, you will not give up at all. You want every pound of your energy, you want to utilize for the service of the humanity. I want to tell you this. Life means two. Candle and an ice cream. Many people in the world, they think life as an ice cream. It means what? Before it melts, you eat it. Before you become old, every pound of energy, you utilize to enjoy. Some people think, no, life means candle. Let me burn and give the light to others. That is a true saint. So, what is their happiness? Being burnt and give the light to others. In the sense, they use every pound of their energy as a service to God. They show the love of God by serving the humanity. I hope it answers the question. I feel like doing something and contribute at certain tasks, but always have a fear of failure. So I stop back and don't participate. How can one overcome this fear? Thank you very much. There is a book called Panchatantra. Actually today I want to quote, I forgot. I am reading the question again, please listen. I feel like doing something and contribute at certain tasks, but always have a fear of failure. So I stop back and don't participate. How can one overcome this fear? There is a book called Panchatantra that says there are three types of people. The first person, they want to do something, for the fear of failure, they don't even start. It's called Kanishta. Second person, he starts the work, but the problem comes, he gives up. That is Madhyam. Third person, Uttam means, he starts the task, problems come, he faces the problems with courage, and he goes forward and sees the end of it. I don't know who wrote this, but I want to tell you this. My request to you, please, don't worry about success or failure. Krishna says in Gita, before I quote Krishna, I want to tell you this. Does mother think success or failure when taking care of the kid? Can I hold the baby? Will the baby fall down? What will happen to the baby if she falls down? No. Karma Yoga means do your work for the pleasure of God. Don't worry about the failure or success. The real success is working only. Work sincerely for the pleasure of God. Don't worry about the result. Today result good. Today success comes, tomorrow failure comes. But continue working. If somebody is throwing the stone nicely, you as a servant of God, you throw more powerfully, try. God is happy with your endeavor, not the result. Karmanye vadikaraste mafulesh padachana makarma falayendar bahumate samastakar. Don't worry about the result. Worry about your endeavor. Worry about the endeavor. No laziness, no fear. Try the best. Leave the rest. That's what Krishna says in Gita Arjuna. Krishna tells Arjuna, hey, you fight the battle. If you are killed in the battle, you will go back to heavens. If you conquer the battle, you will get the kingdom. So, but I want to tell you, Krishna is telling, I am happy with your endeavor. Focus on the endeavor. endeavor, not to the result. Result is in my hands, not in your hands. But what is in your hands? Endeavor. Try your best. No fear. What about thoughts on destiny? Trying and failing could mean not there in my destiny, pre-written destiny. I really do not know who wrote this. My request to you, please do. Your destiny is in your hands. If you take a lamp, light the lamp and put it in the air, definitely it will be put off. So, how you work today will decide, how you work today. Your destiny is dependent on how you work today. Your destiny is in your hands. Don't think too much what is written on my destiny. If you think too much, you will not work. Don't think if sitting in your home, don't think job will come. You have to change your resume 10 times and you apply 10 times, then the result will come. So don't think sitting in your home without application of job, without applying any job will come. That is wrong. What you have to do? Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, Krishna says 5 things. For anything to happen, 5 things are needed. Should I tell? First thing, use your desire. Use your desire. As a soul you desire, I want to go to America, or I want to get a job as a CEO. So just by sitting at home thinking I want to become CEO, mere desiring like that will not become a CEO. What you have to do? Second, cause, use the body. Means what? Prepare your resume and modify the resume and start applying 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Second one, do you think you'll get the job? No. Different types of endeavors. You have your desire. I'm talking about destiny. I don't know who wrote this. But I'm talking about destiny. First, how will anything will happen? I'm explaining. First, if you want to become a CEO, just sitting at home, desiring to become CEO will not make you CEO. Very clear. So how will you become a CEO? Now I'll tell you. First, have a desire. With this example, I'm explaining. Second, use your body, Nishkanam. Means start preparing the resume and start sending it. Out of probably 12 applications, 5 people will call you. And give different types of endeavors. That's the third one. Fourth one, use your mind and senses to give questions, to answer questions nicely, and win the confidence of the interviewer. Even if you do these 4 things nicely, you will not get a CEO job. You are preparing your resume, you have a desire to become a CEO, you are making different types of endeavor. Then, what is that? You are using your senses to become a CEO. Though you are trying your best, you will not become a CEO. The 5th one is there. Naivam Achar. Paramatma, the super soul has to stand. And only you will receive a job. So rather than focusing so much on becoming, rather than focusing so much on destiny, please focus on working hard. That is my point. But again, around, I don't know how many people come to Wimbledon. Every person wants to get the Wimbledon title. They work very hard. They have the desire to become a Wimbledon champion. They use their mind and senses. They make different endeavors. But only one person is stamped to become a Wimbledon champion. How many of us agree? You understand? So you have these 4 things you have to apply sincerely. Thinking like that, when I'll sit at home one day, my destiny will make me CEO, it will not. Understand? Paramatma, super soul has to sanction. How do we how to distinguish between if we are building perseverance or being impractical in our repeated failures? Nice question. Very good question. There is no definite answer. There is no principle for this. And it depends on case-to-case basis. But one point is this: we are all given common sense. We are all given common sense. But I want to tell you, Prabhupada got success when the age of 70. Until 70 he was not successful. From age 30 he struggled for 40 years to start an international movement. For somebody success comes immediately, success comes late. But what is very important is endeavor. But of course, with your common sense or guidance, you can check with others. Whether you are impractical or you are building perseverance. If you have a good counseling, good guide, you can take their counseling and you can take their guidance and you can progress in your endeavors. These are the questions I have. And that's it. Again, if I spoke anything wrong, excuse me. I'm very grateful for your patient audience. Thank you very much.